begin. First stop, the Players Club, roll the dice. Crits on the table, every quest feels twice as nice. When the lobby fills, every epic fail still gives you chills.
Power combo deep dive on what's hot, from fandom fights to the culture shock. Side eye jokes and a little tough love. Break it all down, then we level back up.
Static in my chest, these stories collide. Paranormal echoes creeping up my spine. The asylum paranormal, shadows talking back. Ghosts in the hallway, we're tuned to the track.
Five new frequencies, straight from the asylum. Turn it up louder, can you feel the climb? Plug into the madness, every show a new side. Five new frequencies, living in
Can you hear it? Players Club rolling in the dark. Coming times fire, that fearless spark. Got Dixie laughing through another raid. Power combo calling every play. Paranormal footsteps in the halls. The asylum's got you. Answer the call.
Sound off like this, damn right. It is what it is. When the plan falls flat, when the door won't give, but we don't just shrug, we don't just complain. We march that truth right into the flame. It is what it is. Sound off. It ain't what it ain't. Stand tall on the mic like a drill. Half Caesar pain. It is what it is. Call back. We don't look away. It ain't what it ain't. Podcast. We face it anyway. Step by step, we stomp that beat. Questions up front, no retreat. From the barracks talk to the late night rain. If it ain't what it ain't, then it is what it can. Left, right. They haven't seen it is. That's the truth they chant. But on it ain't what it ain't. We say what others can't.
Hello, hello, hello. Hopefully we've got things working. I do not know if we do or not because I don't have the analytics coming in. That shit. But it looks live to me. So, without further ado, Caesar, well, you're not there. Where are you at? Huh.
Do I need to reset my camera?
Possibly. Yes, your camera's off. There you go. You went sideways. So let's see. Today it's pretty much been if something could go wrong, it has. So there we go. I think we have everything working now. Hello, Dana, Princess Dana,
Wonderful.
Local Illuminati.
Hey, Princess Dana. Hello, Lou. Illuminati. Thanks for joining us this evening.
So we've got a fairly decent show. That thing.
Mm-hmm. That we do.
Okay, it looks like we reconnected. Yes, we can blame guilty for that one. Lord have mercy, y'all connecting, and yeah, she said the wrong thing. That was her fault.
What's up, guilty?
Yep.
Yeah, we can blame guilty for that.
Yeah. I'm getting errors all over the place.
And it still looks like it's looking like we're live now.
Okay. And
Now it's back to.
see, on my end, everything looks fine. We're putting out everything. Like hell, I'm. It's pushing out like 500 megabits just for the stream, and that's its out. It's push out. And it's at 60 frames per second. The CPU is not being overclocked. Why are we dropping so many frames? This doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Issues YouTube's or Discord's in it.
YouTube issue because I'm looking at the internet and everything on the internet's fine. Like I said, we're pushing out hella data, right? Twice as much as what we need to run one of their higher end streams. OBS looks like it's working right. Discord's running smooth. I don't get it. We should not have issues. I'm going to try something. I was thinking about something. I imagine everybody can still at least hear us.
Hopefully.
I do not
be able
know.
to hear. Because, man, this is one hell of a technical difficulty.
Right. Well, yeah, we're disconnecting and reconnecting. So it'll just end up cycling through. I'm going to try to take a look at it and see if we're just cycling. All right. Look, how says it seems like it's clearing up. Maybe just hiccup. And Guilty says she's not saying nothing.
Hopefully.
All right. Like I said, from my end, everything looks like it should be perfect.
Fuck.
Yeah, and then we reconnect. The disconnection is YouTube. YouTube's disconnecting and then reconnecting on us. And I don't know that there's anything I can do to stop that. It really seems like it's a YouTube issue.
Is the Ducks game running in the background?
Nope.
Because maybe.
Nope. I thought the same thing and turned them off just in case. So, all right. Now it looks like everything's staying green. But the frames aren't dropping or anything. So, and nothing else is going on. So we should be okay. If it doesn't drop, it doesn't drop. If it drops again, we know it's just going to keep doing it from experience. So how has your day been today, Caesar?
Oh, it's been great. How about yours?
Fuck off.
Besides all the hiccups.
Fuck off. Ask me how my day's been. You're sitting there watching it go to shit. And how's your day been? Mine's been great.
You might have had an enlightening moment. You know, might have experienced something new. I didn't know.
Yeah, I experienced something new. Oh.
Well, technically you did.
Yeah.
Because we got a queen.
Yeah.
Got a queen now, and definitely safe to say, you know, people will recognize. Not a complete stranger.
Yeah.
Somebody
I'm holding
both
off
got
on the
familiar
announcement.
with.
Yeah, I'm holding off the announcement for a little bit. It's someone well deserving. At least I would say they are, because, you know, they were handpicked by me.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Since we're gonna hold off on that for a little bit, what do you want to dive into?
I don't know. What do you want to dive into? I got shit running, so this will be your job. You get to be me today.
Well, maybe we can. You want to reiterate from Jen's show earlier?
Yeah. Because she did have a pretty decent show, and she told me afterwards she was kind of upset that she didn't get to say everything she wanted to.
Yeah, with everything she probably went through, hard to condense that into an hour.
Yeah. Well, that, and because you play so much. Damn, I'm trying not to blow everybody's eardrums out. She went through so much, and it was all extremely problematic. You know, because she had days where she was calling me at midnight, upset and just needing someone to talk to. You know,
wow.
And I mean, I don't mind. I didn't mind at all. I was happy I was there to be able to do it.
Yeah, to be able to do that, but still, it's like causing such a problem to where, she's having to, talk to you about it.
Right.
To where it's like, probably multiple times. It wasn't just one call. There's probably multiple calls of having to, deal with the bullshit that Jamie was pulling with Jen.
Right. Well, and here's the thing. I would rather be called. You know what I mean? Because it's never an inconvenience for me than to have someone that upset, that they're, crying and stuff. And what Scott did caused her cry. I mean, she was getting shit. She was feeling bad about how Scott dealt with her, and Jamie sitting there just pouring shit on top of it. Jen didn't have a chance to transition.
Definitely taking advantage of it.
Jen never had a chance. It
doesn't sound like it with all the bullshit.
Yeah, she never transitioned in a normal way. She didn't have time to prepare things the way most people would. It was, and she wasn't going to be she wasn't going to go easy on herself either. So, it was not going to be for Jen. Jen was not going to be the poor me, oh me type. You know, uh, I can't do it.
No, but it was definitely getting to her. You
Yeah.
know, it was definitely getting to her to where she had no other outlet. Which I completely agree with you. It's a good thing that you're so open and easy to get a hold of when somebody needs to, because definitely sounds like it sounded like Jen needed that at those times with the bullshit he was pulling,
Right.
to where she was having to deal with all that. No, that's fucking pathetic.
Oh,
Messing with
yeah.
somebody like that,
Yeah.
making them fucking, like you're saying, sound like there might have been some tears on the other end of that call.
Oh, there definitely
That's
was
just
a few
wrong,
times. Yeah.
making somebody do that,
Yeah. Cause,
or making somebody get to that point
yeah,
out of spite.
yeah,
It's out of spite.
Jen was putting her heart into it. She was doing everything she could to make things work. And she was doing everything she could to make things easier for Scott. She was doing everything she could to make things easier for me since I was running the back end. Or if Jamie was running the back end, she was doing everything to make things easier for him.
Hmm.
And it was like everybody but me turned on her. Everybody can have their perspective on things. Mine is a little deeper because I saw so much of it. I think I think he just
That's
wanted to
definitely.
weed people out. The only people he wanted, it
Oh,
seemed like he wanted in here, were viewers. And
mm-hmm.
the work on my channel, shit like that. I really think he had the Keemstar mentality. Let me tell you the truth about being an intern. You're going to bust your ass. They're going to ask you to. They're going to ask you to do things that humiliate you, that ruin your reputation, that could possibly hurt you, could hurt your future relationships and like social standing. You are not going to become a host. That is a
Nope.
mistaken thought. Because it's even like Gemini, who's well, I can understand why he's not a host, because he's a talentless scrub and a piece of shit and a crappy human being. But he's got enough experience running things that you wouldn't think he would have the problems he had. If you're not someone pre-established that Game can trust, you are not going to be a host. Now, you may become a host of a small channel. Like, oh, I'm trying to think of all the, because
Or like when he made Rain
yeah,
and those other smaller channels
right. They
for
don't,
those hosts to essentially start making them grow
right.
an audience.
And the show didn't make sense. From its name to its design, all of it's designed to fail. If Here's the thing, it is almost like Keemstars took certain talent and showed them they weren't good enough. Instead of just
Or
telling
set him
them,
up to fail.
yeah, because if they were good enough, they would have succeeded even with shit hand. Right? That's Kim Star's line of thought.
Yeah.
You've got the LCU
Sounds like it.
viewership setting behind you. If you can't draw them, then look at the folks he put on Reign.
Mm-hmm.
It was. I think
true.
that show was built to make people suffer, and I believe that was going to be Jamie's mentality. The second I could hear some of what he was saying in his explanation, but we were going through a lot of audio problems at that point. And Goose was out there working on the headset I had because the sound wasn't coming through. The only thing that was coming through was what I was saying in my mic. But stuff like Jamie was saying I couldn't hear. Oh, I caught interns, and that's when Jen talked about me looking like I could kill. Because if I had heard the word interns ever in his explanation of how he thought things were going to work, it would have been shut off right there. Done. Not even a conversation anymore. Nope.
Yeah,
Absolutely
that
not.
would have been ended immediately.
Right, especially with because see, his channel says monetized. It was an intern would not get paid, and you know how I am, right? I'm sitting here because I've been meaning to talk to you about it anyway, because I owe you $10 from the last stream, because that's what we drew in, and I was going to ask you, do you want me to wait till the next one so that you don't have excess fees coming out, or do you want the 10 now? I've yet to take, because you've put money in on it, yet to take a penny of what we've made on. I've just sent it to Caesar because he is buying tripods and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it's always been. Like when we, when I sent you that screenshot of when you paid me in the past, the Christmas bonus, it's no, that's just how it works. That's the agreement that we that we came to.
Right. Well, and the thing was, it was, when we get bigger and we do more, whoever's on the show gets a cut of it, right? So if you have 3 people working a show, then it's 33.3% on each side. If it's 2, it's 50. If it's 1, it's 100. And I'll mark down that hour. We'll just do the bookkeeping on it.
Yeah, and then everything's all logged on YouTube's end, so it'll be wouldn't be hard at all to be able to divvy all that stuff out.
Right.
Fairly simple.
Right. You just take a screenshot at the end of the show. It'll tell you how much was made. Even if you're using the tip service on Streamlabs. But his idea was, they haven't earned the money or whatever. So if they're on a show or they're doing anything on it, then they've earned it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we come from, now I understand I may come from a different school of thought than a lot of others, but it is my opinion, if you work on a show and it draws in anything, you're owed part of that. And it's not, tinker around with it. It's when you get it, it goes out. Like I said, the only difference was that, like I said, the $10 recently, because it's like, okay, it's $2 to transfer it. Would you rather have
better
more
off
than
just sitting
10?
on it till the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's still $2 to transfer it with more, right? So, because that's the only thing I've ever taken out of the money was the transfer. I just put, here's the total, transfer it. Whatever's left out of the transfer fees, you get. And I believe you get it that day.
Exactly.
I don't believe you even got to wait. So,
Oh no, it's right. Boom, bam. It's right there.
you know, so uh, that's how I operate. So to hear interns and, work on being paid, you would have known I would have shut that
Yeah, it
shit
just
down
didn't.
right there.
Yeah, that wouldn't have sat well with you.
No,
Like
not
you're
at
saying,
all.
how you explain interns and how they're supposed to work. It's like no, like even work in the back end. People putting in work. They deserve to get paid.
Right. Well, I always said if an OBS runner
Whether
sat there through there, they should have, take something off of it.
exactly.
I don't personally want to do it because if I was running OBS, I'm just doing it. I don't care. If someone else was, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, exactly. Then it's a 50-50 split,
Well,
and understandably so, because it's
I
like they're not you offering your services.
right. I don't know if I do a 50-50 split, but I think an OBS runner should get at least 20 because it's harder being in front of the camera,
Hmm.
you know. And here's the difference between me and Keemstar. If Keem's not on the show, I don't think he should take a cut. If I'm not somehow on that show, I'm not owed anything. That's the way I look at it. That's this is supposed to be about helping smaller creators get better, and then it evolved. It was like when we talked about it, it evolved in a way I didn't necessarily want it to or expect it to, but it happened organically.
Just
Yeah, and
yeah,
if you
it
get in the
just
way of
morphed
it,
into that.
yeah, if you get in the my experience is if you get in the way of something that grows organically a certain way, and you start getting in the way of it and stopping it, then it just withers away and dies. So I didn't. I let it be what it was. And so it turned into, okay, well, build, 5 or 6 channels and try to get them monetized, or do we build one that's monetized and just let the hosts get paid off of it? And then everybody that was a host said, no, we build one. So, okay.
Especially how you explain how you'd be able to see everything.
Oh.
Everything would be. It's like it'd be so self-explanatory when you'd see it, having everything on one channel. There'd be no messing things up in that aspect,
Right.
because you can see how long each one ran, what was brought in for each show. So,
Yeah, because you can.
like I said, it would explain itself.
Right. Well, I mean, you could just use counters even. This much came in, 30% is going to YouTube. This is what we've got left. We're dividing, this is the percentages that we're dividing it in. Becky always made it sound overly complicated, and it's not. That's the problem, is people want it to be overly complicated. It's simple math. Keep it that way. It's the keep it simple.
Oh, it really is.
It's the KISS philosophy. You just keep it simple. You keep it simple, everybody gets treated right. When you start convoluting shit, someone's getting fucked. So. But yeah, the whole thing with Jamie, that was hard. That was a bite in the ass. He was, like I said, it was a gentlemanly offer. This shit where he's saying he was making excuses on why he didn't come in and stream and stuff like that's the biggest load of bullshit I've ever heard. He bitched because I'd tell him I didn't want him on the show. I mean, if any of you have watched anything by Jamie, you can tell he doesn't. If it involves getting in front of a microphone and showing his ass, he's not going to miss out on it. So, he didn't like me telling him not to come in. And it involved a late night gentleman's agreement. You know what I mean? Where I told him, Jen was right. It was, you can leave or I can kick you. I was like, you can leave, what I mean, with your own dignity. We're parting ways. What I mean? It's just two guys that can't see eye to eye on how the business end's going to have to operate. And you're hurting because of that. You're hurting other hosts. So you
hurting the brand too.
Right. So you have to go. You wanted to go. You wanted to go do your Nest show or whatever. Go do it. He talks about wanting to help people and all that shit even now. Why isn't he doing it?
Mm-hmm. Doesn't sound like he is.
Well,
just a lot of hyperbole, a lot of bullshit talk to try to make him sound like a cool guy.
Well, and Jen kind of hit on it, and it was one of the things she was kind of upset she didn't get into. I have 3 other businesses. Okay. This is how I pay my bills, how my girls, my daughters, getting their college taken care of. My kids have, the GI Bill. But I've got other girls that have not had, dads in their lives that I somehow ended up as dad. So that's important to me to keep that up, right? And then, if Jamie's gonna put on lipstick and wigs and dresses and shit like that, I don't give a fuck. He can do whatever he wants. It's him that answers for it. But when you start making the eye pictures of me in dresses and stuff like that and putting it on the fucking screen, I'm gonna take issue with it. Especially when my clients are like, this really isn't the kind of image we want to be involved with. So it's, Jamie, you're gonna knock the fucking shit off. And I know he thought it was cute all the time. He thought it was cute to put lipstick on and say, "Give me a kiss," and then try to zoom his camera up. Be like, "Zoom your camera so it looks like we're kissing for Gidgy." No. So what I mean? And it was getting to where it was an argument after every show. Because we used to run like a Discord ad. And he'd want to talk over it. I could never get the promo out because he was too busy worried about his fucking lipstick.
Couldn't even run the ad because his dumbass didn't want to shut up.
Right.
And I imagine there was a whole bunch of off-camera conversations about him trying, knocking that shit off that he just completely disregarded. Didn't even want to fucking, take what you're saying seriously, like it was a big joke.
Well, yeah, because like I said, I didn't care what he did. Okay. I just don't want him doing it to me.
When you try to, start putting, yeah, exactly. You started trying to put you into that shit.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. That's when you started having a problem with it because, A, you're not that way, and B, fucking, that can be, a little disrespectful, for people that are gay.
That's how I viewed it.
Like, don't, like, it's like he has no consideration for, as they like to say, their community.
Well, he's
like,
part of
holy
that
shit.
community.
Yeah. Like he has no respect for it, and he's supposed to, be a part of it. Like it's a big joke to him.
Right.
Pretty sad.
That's
pretty fucking sad.
And none of it was a joke to me because it was like, okay, the premise of me even doing this stuff was, look how Illuminati says sounds like LCU behavior. Yes, I'll get to that in a second. This is a big one. He wanted things ran a certain way, and then whenever we told him we couldn't do that, he changed the thumbnail of a video to put Jamie can't be himself here. And I was like, oh, I told you stop doing it with me. You know, and then what the Vixie thing, he kept saying, oh, Gamer sent me this file with the assets for OBS, and he should have checked the file because in the file it had pictures of Vixie in it. Can't send a file over Discord.
Nope. You can't send zip files in general. You can send a picture.
Right.
You can send a document, but not a folder full of documents,
Right.
pictures, or whatever
That
other shit you can send over the internet these days.
Right. That I would accidentally have a picture of Vixie. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So,
just to try to conveniently cover up his own dirty dealings that he
Right.
did behind the scenes to get those pictures.
Right. He told us what he was doing.
Yeah, like what Jen was saying, even bragging about the shit he can do.
Right.
With faking DMs and all that shit.
Oh, he bragged about being able to dox people.
Yeah. Yeah, he sounded very braggadocious about that.
There'll be something you do that gives some kind of information that he can latch onto to track you. That's his mentality. So he'll sit and watch videos meticulously. But the thing is he gets, as much as he might get right, he gets twice as much wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So, and as I said, I'd circle back to it. Local Illuminati said it sounds like LCU behavior to me. It was. Every show, at the end of it, Caesar will tell you we spend 5-10 minutes, sometimes a little bit longer, talking about the show, what we liked, what we didn't, how things were going, how we felt about it, stuff like that. That's the way you improve things. Because a lot of our show is, it's not docket ran. The shows I was on and did in the LCU didn't have dockets either. We worked with Mike. I told Mike my ideas. It got green lit. And I told Scooter what we were doing. And I told Albert. And I was like, yeah, everybody's on board. Let's go. That's how it worked. So we don't put together dockets. Now I might put together a couple little clips or whatever, what I mean, off X that are kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
But like whole show notes, we don't. So
we discuss all that.
So
talk about things.
Yeah.
Like what you were saying.
And I would do that with him. Sorry. I would do that with him, and it was just, do you think we're going to get this clip played on the LCU? No, I don't. Do you think we're going to get this clip played in the LCU? No, I don't. They don't play clips of small channels, dummy. They play clips of their own shit.
Mm-hmm.
Keem and Michael have made shows and hosts and have designed the writing so that it is infighting. That way, Keemstar doesn't have to worry about a defamation lawsuit coming in. He doesn't have to worry about another accusation of Attica.
Yep, it's all in house.
Yeah, right. And so you pretty much know you're agreeing to it because you're playing. I know this is so hard for people to watch LCU to believe, but everybody there is a character. We are written, folks.
Yep.
Now, what we say may not be scripted, and that's what Keemstar cleaves to. But you're given a premise of who you are, and you stay in that. That's how it works. And you might get given ideas like, dude, every time someone asks your age, you say a different number in a different year and make it not match up. Do people really not think I don't know my birthday?
Well, some people might have actually believed in that. I know
Well,
when I was hearing that shit, I was laughing my ass off. Like, damn, this guy's just
well,
popping off fucking different shit all the time. Doesn't matter.
right.
5 minutes apart.
Yeah.
New year, new birthday. It's like, fuck, this guy's on it.
Yeah, it was meant to be funny, but people thought that it was me just being such a fucking liar that I couldn't tell you the truth. Guilty says, I thought people with brains understood anything dealing with Keem is usually, yeah. Well, see, it's not Keem that you got to worry about the scripts with. It's Michael. Keem lets Michael write the scripts. Michael likes writing scripts. Colin, I ask gamers, what's your take on the Attica situation with Keem? I don't know enough about it. I know that there was some situation where people believe that he drove Attica to commit suicide. And
yeah,
but I don't know.
There's definitely people that associate Keem with that. Unfortunately, it happened so long ago. To me, it was like just a unfortunate decline for Attica.
Right.
And he chose the route that he went. Unfortunately,
Right.
I mean, but yeah, like I completely agree. There are people that tie Keem in. However they do it, I don't know. It's just because I believe there was an interview or something a few weeks before that, possibly, but I don't know. It's a fucked up situation no matter how you looked at it. Because unfortunately, that guy took his own life.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Guilty says that I don't think he helped Attica's case at all. He was not responsible, but he wasn't any shining light with him. Yeah. See, I didn't know who Keemstar was until Locale. So that's why I'm saying I don't know. And I did. The first time I heard about Attica was when Becky mentioned him. And it was just cursory information that I got. So that's why I just don't know. I don't know enough, to say he's responsible or not, or to have an opinion really. Other than, it's a tragic situation. Anytime someone takes their life, it's a tragic situation. So.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. But that's, and it ate him alive. It ate Jamie alive to find out that I still talked to Keem. And he kept asking, so when are we going to get our show over there? I said, I told Keemstar I'd never work for him again. Wouldn't work for nor with.
Yeah, because I do remember the times you mentioned how Jamie that was his number one focus on. Is LCU going to cover us? You think they're going to clip us? Have they clipped us? All
Mm-hmm.
these, like it seems like that was his dream was to get on one of those shows in the LCU.
Well, see, he did at one point with Buff, and he got banned
Mm-hmm.
because of it. And then he changed his name, got back on, did some kind of doxing, got banned again. Wasn't aware of this till after the fact, of course. And Guilty says she is a big fan of the community for years, so she's seen what different people have done. And hey, Devin, how's it going? But
Hey, Devin.
yeah, there was one point where we did this. I was going to interview Becky, right? Yeah, we've been having internet issues today. I don't think it's internet issues as much as it's YouTube issues. Because everything was looking good on my end because I was watching it specifically since I had to cancel the previous show. Yeah, everyone's having issues, it seems. So, with him, we were doing the Becky interview, and he was going to dress up like Becky. And I was going to act like he was Becky. Okay. And we did it. We did the shoot. And, he had a dress and a wig and makeup on and stuff like that. He was doing that, but gamers, I love you type stuff. He was trying to play it out like Becky. And this was acceptable because this was skit, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was the
completely
1 hour
understandable. Like you're saying, the skit. He's dressed up as Becky, the whole 9 yards. So yeah, might have go the
Yeah.
whole
Act
go the
like
whole way
Becky.
with it.
Act like
With him
Becky.
acting like her. Exactly.
Right. So it
Mhm.
was, we did that, and it was fairly good. It was fairly well received. You know what I mean? Some folks thought I was really going to talk to Becky. No. But, yeah, and they were a little disappointed about that. Sorry for those folks. But, it was Halloween. You should have known something was coming, especially when it's me. If it was someone else, yeah, that might have been out character, but me, we're on the topic of Becky. Has anyone nurse? No. Nope. No one that I know has heard from Becky. I wouldn't because
She's probably in a
I'm not on her
nice
friendly
pig
list
pen
anymore.
somewhere,
Yeah, I'm not on her friendly
just
list
rolling
anymore.
around in it.
So,
Well, that's a shame.
yeah.
That's a shame.
But
That Becky.
yeah. So, but what happened was Gidgy caught a clip of this on Rebels, and Roxy had said something about Roxy was saying something about me, and then she said something about Jamie and liking his voice because she likes the British accent. And Gidgy's like, oh yes, I saw him doing Becky, and then I saw Tina, and they're absolutely hilarious. And she goes, we've got to have the guys come do something with us sometime. And from that point, that's when the makeup had to be on every day. So, because it was, do you think this will get clipped into the LCU? I gotta let someone in on the door. So if you could give me like 30 seconds, I'll be right back. I'm certain you can keep the folks entertained, right?
No, it's ladies and gentlemen, with this being reiterated again, and more and more comes out. It's like, damn, this guy really is a clout chaser, desperate for attention from the LCU, not even worried about gathering his own followers, people that like his content. No, he wants to be, branded with the LCU. That's sad. Yeah, it's very sad. But hey, maybe he can someday. They go, oh no, that's right. He got banned a few times, so it's not like he's coming back anytime soon. Hmm. If true, Devin, that is quite the development. Hmm. Who knows? You might have her on a weight loss program too inside that insane asylum. Never can tell. Either way, she should come out a whole new woman, or maybe two, or the size of two. Who knows at this point, right, ladies and gentlemen? Hmm. No, it's definitely uh, always the crazies. Especially behind the scenes. You never know what you're gonna get back here. But good right now. Great right now.
Here's the thing. I see now where
Hey, welcome back.
Oh, yep. About Becky and a mental health facility. That may very well be true.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what CC and Jim and I were claiming whenever I was dealing with them about the pixel tit videos. I would believe it. Let me just.
Hopefully she's getting the help she needs.
Yeah. See, here's the thing.
That brought us crazy, so
I don't wish
she's getting that help. Good on her.
I don't have any ill will with Becky. Okay? I don't wish her bad. I wish she would see the problems that she causes, especially for herself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Savage got fired from Queens, just so you all know. She quit. Like yesterday,
yeah.
she put
that's pretty old news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wrote on one of her community posts, and it was really kind of nasty. Because we were talking, and I just happened to see it on the I was scrolling through something, and I was like, I read it off to Caesar. I was like, well, that's Savage. Where she was resigning, boy.
That's how we learned about
everybody. It. Yeah.
Yeah, because there was those clips of her going off on people in the audience.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. There's only so much dumb shit you can take.
Yep, we all have our level of stupidity that we can tolerate, and then after that, it's
right.
No holds barred.
Right.
It's understandable. And you think that'd be something that they want in, the LCU, a host going off on the viewers, getting those hate donos,
yeah,
bringing in all that money.
Yeah.
You think that'd be something they want?
Well, because see, here's the thing about Becky. Becky was not lying to anyone when she talked about her character. Now, that said, Becky wasn't far from that character in reality. But she was not Becky Boop of the LCU. Becky was not that. Now, that does not mean she was not a low-down scoundrel that would fucking backstab. We saw she is. But it was not nearly as bad as Keem and Mike wanted to portray her. You know.
Interesting.
Yeah. And you know, I want to kind of ask Roxy. It seems like she's a parent and former LCU being forced to lose their minds. Yeah, kind of works that way, isn't it? I would love to ask Roxy, because I know Roxy's talking about the Amberlynn Reed thing and being banned, and then she's wanting to bring up like CD-ROM and how the LCU tolerated and then handled a few things. Speaking of Becky and some of her mistakes when she got angry, she mentioned that Bridget absolutely was a minor when she was with Mike, talking about and making a film with a video with her, talking about how they had went to a movie theater and she had given him a BJ.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then, you know, the defense was, well, they're married and they got kids now. Well, it doesn't change the fact that at the time, well, it's not even at the time. It's like, okay, if you steal a car, you're always going to be known as a car thief, right? So Michael would always be known. Is mental anguish a suitable concept? Yes. It is, if you can prove that it was caused maliciously. What? And if we could prove it was caused maliciously, every viewer of the LCU could sue Keem for mental anguish.
At that point, they might not get much out of the settlement. You know, roughly what, a couple bucks a piece.
Yeah.
The lawyers will take the rest.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because
Ain't that a kick in the ass?
yeah. I don't know. It was, but she brought up that. So wouldn't that make Mike a pedophile as well? And then it was an instant go to defend him. You know, Timu Vince Neil got all bitchy, you know, and threatened to delete Minecraft accounts with, you know, forgetting to mention that they were Minecraft accounts over CD-ROM. Well, big boy, where's your balls with Mike? Oh, that's right. Bridget's got your balls in her purse.
He had a big old sob story about that too.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about how, you know, some, you know, old chap he used to know that went away for that fucking cried in his arms, and he felt disgusted by it ever since. It's like, yeah, that's, you know, a very touching story, but what does that have to do with what's going on? Wow, so you hugged a pedophile and believed him, and now you hate yourself, so anytime you hear it, you want to go crazy to maybe what, like save face?
All right.
He definitely got a little emo about it.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Then the
He went
fucking
off.
gooner. You know, I said that I was originally told by Vixie to contact CD-ROM to bring him in to do an interview, because she hated the way that Timu Vince Neil and Xylee
handled it.
Yeah. She was upset about it to the extreme. She asked me to contact him for that interview, and then to see if I could possibly make it to where he appeared innocent, and that Timu Vince Neil and Xylee were entirely in the wrong. Now the gooner, Timu Vince Neil, didn't realize that was a hit piece on him. That's what Vixie wanted. Yet he defended her for it. So, if you're so opposed to pedophile defenders, but you're willing to defend pedophile defenders, you don't have much of a high horse there. You better be careful, because a little person could walk by and push you off the motherfucker if that's how high
Yep.
your ethics go.
Low standards.
Right.
I dare to say no ethics at all. Like, holy shit.
Well,
What's wrong with that guy?
your mama was just as bad with it because they're like, oh, you're lying about. I said, okay, motherfuckers, I'll tell you what, I'm going to pull the work receipt on it because that wasn't a DM. That was done in Microsoft Word, where I was getting my docket orders, and I pulled it up and I showed it to them.
Mm-hmm.
None of the bitches said a fucking thing.
Didn't even want to mention it.
Yep. So Team Vince Neil is
No,
just a pussy with a fucking butt plug stuck up his ass, and your mama's just as bad. Fucking bitches.
No Mama is the butt plug fucking stuck up, Timu Vince Neil's ass. That's what No
Yeah.
Mama is. He's just a butt plug.
Well, so is Team Vince Neil. They're stuck up each other's ass. I'm more happy with that.
It's like a big old, like a
circle
centipede.
jerk.
A human centipede.
A circle jerk.
That too.
Of butt pluggage. I guess I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what I'm fucking talking about now. We're getting weird with it. I'm painting myself into a corner again. Oh, Lord. So.
That's just wild.
Yeah. But it's.
Especially after how passionate he got about it.
Yeah.
With his so-called, old friend that pulled the wool over his eyes and how pissed off he was about it. You think he'll, want to call out, Vixie about that shit for being the defender of a pedophile defender, but
well,
I wonder why they kept him out shut.
He wondered
humiliation.
Right. Well, I sat there and I said, I told him, I was like, she wanted to do a more fair interview than what you gave her. He goes, right. So he was just, Keem even wanted to do it. And I was like, no, you don't understand what more fair means. The hit piece was on you and Xylee. You know, when we were talking about things earlier with Xylee and I mentioned things, I found those out while originally making that docket. That docket, whenever CD-ROM became indefensible and I refused to write anymore, too much was put in that docket for Vixie to say she wanted to waste it, and it got turned into the Lacey docket. Because Lacey was brought into the LCU as CD-ROM's potential girlfriend for him to lose his virginity to.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a bunch of stuff on Lacey.
Yeah, I remember that.
Right? Because there are some people in Portugal that don't understand the LCU script. You know?
Yep. Quite a few, I imagine.
Right. And because it looks like they would know. With as much as they've been around it. I mean, I can understand being a viewer, and like you said, you want to believe it. You know, because that's where it's fun, is the suspension of disbelief works so, when you pull it off, it makes it far more interesting. But the thing is when you work in the back, you can't it's like making wrestling real. You know, you can go to a show, suspend disbelief. Oh God, that had to hurt. That couldn't have been fake. You know what I mean? Type stuff. But when you're in the back and you
have a completely different viewpoint.
Right. And you know how every bit of that was done and how every bit of that was practiced. You don't say, man, that had to hurt. It's like, God, they pulled that spot off great. They hit every fucking mark out there. You know, every mark's ass left their seat. And did you hear that pop? Right?
Yep, that's exactly how it is. they have a completely different thing that they're looking for in the match. Other people are like watching it, like you're saying, the slams. They're like, oh no, like that pop's coming. They're hitting those spots just at the right time,
Yeah.
keeping the audience engaged with the action in the ring. So no, it's there is an art to it,
Oh, there
and yeah,
is.
when you suspend disbelief, like especially with the shit in the LCU, it's like wow, like these are some discombobulated sons of bitches.
Right, well, see, here's the
But
thing.
like you said, like from you behind the scenes, it's
Right.
better.
Right.
And I don't even know how you'd be able to make it enjoyable for yourself.
That's why I don't watch
Knowing
it
all the
anymore. I mean, it was, when I used to write and do dockets and stuff like that, it was one thing. And then, but actually being up there and being a character for it. I don't know.
completely different.
Yeah.
You're
And, but,
used to making characters, not becoming one yourself.
right. Well, and the thing is I never, with my characters, I wanted them to be enough like the person because that made them believable.
Hmm.
Like I wanted Boogie to be Steven, but turned up a little bit. And that became Boogie. I wanted Wings of Redemption to be Jordy, turned up a little, and that'd be Wings. Now, that's not hooking an amplifier up to him, what I mean, in a bass system. You don't need to go that fucking far. Because the truth of the matter is most of the people that are over there that are hosts are entertaining enough without the stupid shit. Imagine Gidgey on a somewhat serious morning podcast. She'd make a killing. She wouldn't have to embarrass herself.
Oh, she would.
Look at Roxy. Roxy is happier, healthier. She looks younger since she left the LCU.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Leaving all that stress behind definitely rejuvenated her.
And here's the thing. And Roxy can do whatever she wants. It doesn't bother me one bit when she goes and does something with the LCU. Because everybody can do their own thing. But when she does, you can tell in her streams and in her appearance that she's back. There's a certain level of stress that everyone in there has that just ages you.
Mm-hmm. That pressure.
Mm-hmm.
The pressure to do this, be that. It can be not just overwhelming, but taxing, like you're saying, to age you faster than if you had a stress-free environment that you're working in, or something minimal where the stress isn't that bad.
Well, and see, the thing is Keemstar found out the thing I was saying the entire time was with these punishments and that bullshit. It only works once you do this. The next one has to be here. And then when you do that, the next one has to be here. You got to keep raising the bar. Well, what happens when you've raised it so far that it's just too dangerous to do?
Mm-hmm.
Then you've killed off your audience because they want, it's like wrestling. If you create a bloodlust, if you work towards a bloodlust, right, you'll get it. If you want your fans to see someone suffer for real, and you train their minds to want that, they will start to want it. And then when you don't deliver it, you're fucked.
Yep. When they start turning on you.
Yeah, the punishments were cult behavior. Who in their right mind ever thinks that they're going to fucking punish a grown man or woman? Who thinks that's normal?
Keem. He obviously thinks it's normal. He just loves dishing them out.
You know what? I think he knows it's abnormal. He just thinks. Here's the thing, just so you all know, his viewers are stupid. Now, that's not me saying that. You're stupid, and you'll buy what he wants you to buy. And the thing is, to strive in the social ecoculture he's developed over there, he's right. You'll follow Keem, or you'll be an outcast. So, I heard there's going to be plenty of Kool-Aid at Fat Camp too. Most likely, hopefully, there's food there this time.
Yeah.
Get a bunch of
There's some kind of debacle with the first fat camp.
Yeah.
Not enough food.
What the fuck? You have all those fat people come into an area that's in bumfuck Egypt, and you don't bring food, but you bring alcohol? What the fuck did you think was going to happen, Keem? The day where they fixed chicken with Brantley, and that was like, and then I believe Ken grilled a couple times or something like that. He went and got food, and that was probably, he felt bad for everybody, so it's like, you know what, I'm gonna run to the grocery store and grill something for everyone. But here's the thing: if I thought Keem was smarter, there's a tactic behind this. You can get people to do things that they don't want to do or they wouldn't normally do because of starvation. I'm going to give you an example. Have you ever watched the TV show Well Wars?
No.
Have you ever heard of Sea Shepherd or Paul Watson?
That sounds familiar.
Okay, that's what Well Wars were based off of. Basically, it was a conservation group that went to Antarctica and harassed Japanese whaling. They called them whaling ships. The Japanese call them research ships. I'm not going to argue the semantics or the politics of it. But they used tactics like ramming them. And then when they would ram them, they would call in and they would call the press and say the Japanese did this to us. Like it was called the Earth Race originally. It was like the boat that went around the world the fastest, and they changed its name to the Addie Gill. It was the Gajora, which is Godzilla, and then they changed it to Addie Gill. It was supposed to have ran out of gas, and it was setting afloat, and one of the boats hit it and broke it apart. And this was like I think it was like a $10-15 million boat as a small boat.
Ooh.
Yeah. It was like a carbon fiber type, super boat type thing. And the problem is one of the cameras was running and you could see the engine on the Addie Gill start up. It made a white push behind it because it had hydro pushers. And they called news meetings and said that they're trying to kill their crew and shit like that. They drove into the side of the fucking boat of one of the harpoon ships. So, but
try to play victim.
Mm-hmm. But what Paul Watson does is, because you're saving whales, you're saving lives, while you're on this volunteer mission that you paid to be on, you have to eat vegetarian. Now, most of these folks are not vegetarian and they begin to starve. He's gotten people to agree to get on Zodiac boats, and this is a Zodiac boat is a rigid inflatable. It's much like what the military would use for a beach insertion. Okay. To pull up next to these whaling ships because of the way they lean, there's one side that's close to the water, especially if they are carrying a carcass. Okay. And jump up on that boat and then go hide. Or they have these people get on those rigidable inflatables, drive next to these large boats that are protected by the Japanese military. They've got a security boat that's with them to throw stink bombs and paint on the boats. No one would do this normally. Whenever they talk to these people away from the show prior, they act like they have sense. But when they're out there, they don't. And one of the reasons is because they are starved. Not that they're starving, but their body's used to getting certain proteins in certain amounts, and then it's no longer doing it. But the funny thing is Paul Watson's been caught several times with beef sticks on the ship.
How convenient for him.
Yeah.
You using starvation to no, but I get the correlation. It's like what Keem was doing with Fat Camp.
Right. And see, the thing is, Paul Watson's smart enough to know what he's doing. You would almost think Keem was smart enough to know what he was doing with that. Because it played out perfect. Because he knew from the reality shows, like if you watch The Real World, Road Rules, all this shit, the one thing they have an abundance of inside those apartments, where they're keeping their participants, is alcohol. Because alcohol obviously lowers inhibition, makes for better TV that way, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Nice juicy drama.
Right.
Shit happening, shit being talked. No, definitely see the correlation with that.
Right.
More alcohol means more ratings.
Well, it usually does. Just to be honest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Think about the shows that you've like the shows you've watched, and think about how much alcohol was consumed during them.
That's a good point.
It seemed like that's the only constant. Even the one with the Mormon kids where they're allowed to experience English life, right? To make sure they want to be a part of the church, and they follow them around on those shows. There's excessive amounts of alcohol. That's the one way to guarantee success of a reality show. Keep everybody drunk. Because then they'll act out.
Mm-hmm.
And
In ways they normally wouldn't sober.
Right. And now, here's the thing. I know Jordy's not a drinker. And obviously he had the largest of the tobaccos there. He was in pain with his back, enough that he got fighting mad at Keem, like a day or two prior, whenever they were out, in the weight room, and Keem stepped on his back. And Jordy, here's the thing. Any guy that's that big is going to have back problems. It's like a woman with large breasts. They're going to have back problems because there's more weight in the front than there is in the back to balance this out. And if there is weight in the back, it's off the spine, so it doesn't matter. Jordy was going to, and then being called a liar on top of it, being pissed that once again, Keemstar has to look like the hero. He has to look like the savior. He cannot allow it to be any other way. And Jordy said it. Jordy said what everybody knew or thought if they didn't know for a fact. and they got called a liar. And you know what? Jordy's a man, and every man has a line. You know, there's a line in the sand, and when you cross it, you're going to see the worst of that man. And I think Keem saw the line and thought, well, this will be good content. He's not going to swing on me. Keem fucked around and found out with that one, didn't he? Oh,
Yep.
Oh, imagine what Jordy would have done to Keemstar. You can say Jordy's fat and you know, out of shape and all this other shit. All he's got to do is get Keemstar down and get on top of him, and Keemstar's going no place other than getting his head pounded in.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you all, but I saw Keemstar's hands up going in an aggressive manner as well, but I didn't see Jordy walking backwards. I saw Jordy walking forwards while Keem was backpedaling. And I'm not blaming Keem for that, because I probably would too. That's one big dude.
Yeah, it's a lot of mass to try to stop. And
Right. That's a big dude. And he's pissed. And he's ready for his pound of flesh, because y'all haven't been feeding him. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And from what I understand, the accommodations that he had were not that great. And I said, well, Jordy even plowed through. He did. As a matter of fact, and I do believe Jordy with this. I believe Jordy thought that Kelly was Ken, because Ken was on that arm prior. When Kim moved back, that's when Kelly latched on. And whenever she screamed for Ken, I don't think it was, you know, like to stop Jordy from hurting her. It was to stop Jordy from hurting Keem. Because I think she knew where you could tell.
Yeah, where his mind was at. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
they're married.
Right.
Made complete sense that, you know, his wife would know.
Right. Well, and okay, I'm going to say an inconvenient and an uncomfortable truth. Ladies, if a man says that they've had enough, that they're going to fucking tear someone up, don't grab on to them. Because if they don't do what Jordy did, you're going to hold them down while that other dude pounds their face in. And then they're going to blame you for it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
When men decide that the only way it's going to get settled is through fists, that's really going to be the only way it's going to be settled. You know? And the truth is, whenever they're ready to settle it that way, they're not going to talk. Guys who talk before throwing fists don't want to throw fists, because they're still willing to talk. They're still willing to discuss it. It's when the talking stops that you have to worry. And Jordy was done talking. You know, he was done talking whenever he was approaching Keem. So.
Yep. That's when the talking stopped.
Yep.
Just run to reach out and grab somebody. That's what Jordy wanted to do.
Yeah. Unless you married a woman of Irish descent, are you telling me that that guilty there could effectively stop a man from solving his problems? Because I'm assuming that's who has Irish descent. German and Irish, get it straight. Yeah, I figured that's who he's talking about. Yeah, that's German in there. Those are the ones you got to watch. I know. Yeah, that's. No, he has to stop me. Oh, yeah. Okay. That makes even more sense. Yeah, I should preface this with this too. Gentlemen, if your beautiful young lady has decided that they're at the find out level of fuck around and find out with someone, don't grab them. I'm not saying it's your fault if you do. You don't deserve to be hurt. Ladies, same thing, right? But when it's go time, don't turn it into slow time, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Guilty makes Becky
Stand
Lynch look
back.
like an angel.
Hmm. Yeah, just stand back. Enjoy the show. That's the best thing you can do.
What you do is you stand back, you let them get the anger out, and then you separate them right before one of them actually hurts the other.
Or you can walk around collecting bets. Like, who's on who now? You know, what do you want to put down?
You always
Profit.
you always turn it into to a hustle. Every situation we've come up with gets turned into a hustle with you somehow.
How do you think I got all these Legos? You know, I had to, I had to get creative with things.
You
I had to
see,
think of ways to, profit off of, maybe somebody's misery,
you see a
some
car accident.
conflict going on.
You see a
I'm
car
like one of
accident.
those shisty lawyers.
Yeah. Well, no, you walk around to people, the witnesses. Who do you think's getting the fucking ticket? Put your money on who you
I
think's
got,
getting the ticket.
yeah, it's like I got five on the other guy right now saying they're gonna, get the ticket. Who do you think? You want, let's bet. I got five on it right here. Come on, put it
Yeah.
down.
Guilty says Caesar smart man. I guess it's because she might win like most of those fights she's charging into. Saying she's a safe bet to make money off of.
You just think about it.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, before we get to it,
profit off
because
of any situation.
we went too far
Yeah.
into other shit, so I am sorry. I apologize.
That's what we do.
Yes. So
You start with A, we get to fucking B, W.
yeah, then we come back to
We, we,
Y,
co- we
then maybe an R,
Yep,
then we jump back to T because we
Mhm.
forgot something, and because T is
exactly.
close
We're
to
all over the
U, we
place.
just go ahead and hit there. Yep.
Mhm.
It's back on track. So we have a new queen at the asylum.
Yeah, a new queen.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And she's no stranger. People should remember the name.
We should see. Before I talk about who it is, let's talk a little bit about what she's done, why she's in the spot she's in.
Hmm.
Whenever the asylum started, and at the time it was just Jen, Jamie, and Dan, and me. We were the only ones here. Okay, except for viewers, people that were, either were interested in what I was doing or interested in what Jen was doing. And Scott came with Jen. And then, or someone that, well, no one knew Dan. Just being honest, no one came with Dan. The concept was always, the mission statement never changed. And I was, at this point in time, I was really doubting myself and if I could do it because of what I allowed happen with the LCU. And I don't blame the LCU, believe it or not, I don't blame them for it. I blame myself because I know how things work there and I shouldn't have fucking trusted it. But she reached out to me, and the word she said was, I don't care what they've said. I've seen some of what you do. And I think you still have, for lack of better terms, because I'm not trying to give it away, you still have potential to do what you're wanting to do. For me personally, she's challenged me in my takes. And I've never been opposed to that. I like that. If you think I'm wrong about something, I want to be told. If you think you have a better idea, run it by me. If I can put holes in it, I will, because that's how it works. That's how you get a waterproof, foolproof plan, right? She's challenged some of my opinions and some of my views. She's brought to me some of the best ideas I've heard on ways to get not just more talent, not just more views, but to get people comfortable. She's made that Discord feel like a home for people, for others. She's helped with other members. Whenever she sees someone down, she goes right away to pick them back up. And she has the one quality I appreciate more than anything. Remember how I was saying with Jen, you never leave someone behind? I see that with her.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it on a few occasions with her. So, folks, our new queen is our new community manager. Princess Dana is now Queen Dana.
Mm-hmm. Queen Dana is our community manager.
Yep. So
Your regulars, should remember the name, popping it in the chat, saying hi to everybody. She is a very, very sweet woman.
Yeah. And you can trust her with anything. Like, seriously. Outside of the host, I've got one mod, and it's her. And I think it was last week, I moved her to an advisor, and while I did it, I was like, okay, that spot's it's just not right. It's not where she should be. It's not where her talents put her.
Mm-hmm.
Queen Dana says, thank you for the kind words. No. Thank you for being you. Because those kind words weren't fluff. They were the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Dana's always willing to help other folks. And her ideas are always designed around other folks. And she takes the time to care. So I can't think of anyone better to be a community manager than Queen Dana. Because it says she really is welcoming. She's been a gym since I first stepped. She is.
Mm-hmm. Natural fit for the position.
Right. And here's the cool thing. Now, it was, I was the one that proposed it, but I brought it to the host because I said, guys, she's kind of going to be a manager. She's going to be, her position will be equal to mine. And all the hosts agreed. I didn't get an ounce of dissension. I didn't get questioned. It was, okay.
Yeah, hard to disagree with that. With her track record.
Yeah. Maybe she can recommend me a camera. I recommended her some at one point. She can recommend me one. Because this AI one I've got keeps going out of focus. I keep having to, high five the damn thing. But yeah, Dana is also very humble. So Dana in front of everyone, so that you know, and so Caesar's here, and I'm certain Jen's watching someplace, and she would say the same thing. And they're going to tell you, I've said this to everyone. You earn the spot you're in, so own it. It's yours. You don't have to worry about stepping on toes because there's no toes to step on. If you have ideas, I want you to feel free to be able to go to them. Even if it's me, even if it's like, look, gamers, you're goofing to hell up. It's not going to offend me. It's not going to offend Caesar. It's not going to offend Jen. It's not going to offend anyone coming in. You earn that position, so I'm going to back you in what you do. So, if I didn't believe in you, you wouldn't be there. I've also told that to Caesar. I've told that to Jen. I've said it to Clementine. If I didn't believe you should be there, you wouldn't be. And I know without a doubt you belong there. And I think she is right now, as a community manager, probably one of the best assets to the asylum. I believe her ideas,
Most definitely,
right, are going to benefit everyone. Her personality already does. In the Discord, she's an absolute gem. She's the one person you can count on that if you miss something, because I don't see everything sometimes. I've got this bad habit of I'm so busy with something, I'm flipping through it. I'm like, get in VC, I need to talk to you type stuff. She doesn't miss anything. So, and she keeps the community happy. And, she's told me before that the asylum is a comfortable place. And that means the world to me. But Dana, one of the reasons it's a comfortable place is because there are people like you there. So I know whenever I talked to you this morning, there was some nervousness and stuff like that. Please don't be nervous. Because everybody believes in you with this. And if they don't, they're wrong. Because I'm right. I'll start the asylum rules the way I did with my kids. I told my kids there are 2 rules in this house. So there'll be 2 rules in the asylum. Rule number 1 is I am always right. Rule number 2 is if I happen to be wrong, you forgot rule number 1.
You're still right.
That's right.
Even when you're wrong, you're still right.
I'll find a way to make it where I'm right. Queen Dana says, I'm surrounded by great people. Well, they say, Becky used to say it, and it's not Becky's phrase, but, your vibe attracts your tribe. And it's true. Dana is a wonderful person, so she's going to attract wonderful people to surround her. She draws out the best in people. And here's the thing. We have great people all over. Don't Dana's not just only a great person. Like Don, I could sit and talk to him all night. Devin's chill. Obviously Caesar and Jen are great folks. If they weren't, I wouldn't work with them. I'm the shithead of the
That's how it is in the asylum. Oh, no, you're just being modest. No, you're the gaming god, remember?
Yeah, I'm the gaming god for this week. I forgot. See, she just let me forget. And I would have been like, then when I remembered it, I would have been like, shit, I didn't make him say that for a week.
But you can't say, yeah, I remembered.
Yeah. Oh, but we do. We
Good things.
yeah.
Good things are coming with Dana as community manager. Uh,
Yes.
it'd be exciting.
Yes.
It'd be exciting.
Yes.
Another nice way to kick off 2026. 12 days in, we got Queen Dana as the
Hmm.
community manager. Oh, good things are happening.
Yeah.
Good
Guilty.
things are happening here in the asylum.
Yeah. Guilty says everyone I've met so far has been cool. Definitely a difference from others I've been around. Thank you. That's a compliment. That is the highest form of compliments I could get with that Discord, or that any of the Discord members could get. The people there are great. They're supportive. And if they're not, I don't let them stay there long. You know, I believe in having a place where everybody can express their ideas and express their talents. Like, I'm going to give you an example. I don't think I've mentioned this on the channel, but I may have talked about her talent show thing. I had never thought about running a show with an artist, and that I'm stupid for that. Because, like, if you think about one of the most memorable people that you saw on PBS, who would it be?
Oh, you're talking about Mr. Bob Ross,
That's right.
Mr. Happy Trees himself.
That's right. But Dana thinks of it. Dana thinks of someone that's drawing. Dana thinks of someone, the musician. That not only can show their talents, but could teach it.
Mm-hmm.
That has a viable content or basis for content, and something that you just don't see every place. And the reason you don't see every place is because people that play that do this stuff like me and Keem and Michael and other folks don't think of those, but Dana did. And when Dana said it, I was like, holy hell, that's genius, because I would not have thought of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Definitely
the
some
little
good
thing's
ideas
making me mad.
that you shared.
Well, and then she's like, can I have a little room off to the side where, like, folks can do this in a safe space in front of friends, so they get used to being in front of a camera and the idea of being in studio. Of course you can. It's a genius idea. And who am I to say no to a princess? We know that doesn't happen.
That has yet to have happened.
Yeah. I'm afraid the asylum walls couldn't handle me saying no to a princess. So I don't know it's built that sturdy. So, but yeah.
With Dana around, it's gotten some reinforcement now.
Yeah. Well,
even sturdier.
Even just as a member, it was that way. And it's that way with people like Guilty and and Don and everybody in there. The asylum's not a special place because it's the asylum. It's not a special place because of its premise. It's a special place because of the people that are in there. Because I could have a million different people in there that are all active and You know, you could never read all the messages if you wanted to. And it wouldn't be as good as the Asylum is. It wouldn't be as good. Now, if you gave me
Yeah.
1 million people that are like the people that are in there now, nothing would ever beat it. People would just want to live in the Discord server. So there's its negative if it ever got like that. But yeah, I mean, if you're not in the Discord, the link's in the description.
Yeah,
Go
after
in.
hitting that like and subscribe, definitely check out the description, join the Discord. Matter of fact, you join the Discord, you get a duck.
You get a duck.
That's right. You get to pick a duck.
And normally it's running where the little duckies
Smoozing
are.
around.
I just don't want to push YouTube today.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, YouTube's being a little emotional, so we can't showcase the ducks, but they are there.
Yep.
And everybody who joins gets to pick a duck. First come, first serve.
Right.
Once it's already claimed, you got to pick a duck that is unclaimed.
Yep.
And I do believe there's something else with the Discord, a raffle type giveaway for a 1-year subscription
to Nitro.
of Nitro.
But we've got not just 1-year subscription, we've got 2 1-year subscriptions.
2.
Yep.
Got 2.
Yep. And
2. You got double. You got 2 chances to try
Right.
to win that, ladies and gentlemen.
And it'll be offered to the Discord members. And we'll come up with how it's going to be offered next week. So we're giving you a week to fill up the Discord. To get your spot in there, get nice and comfortable. You can go in there
and get your duck.
Get your duck. Tell Queen Dana, you're doing an awesome job. Keep it up. We want you to smack gamers every time he mentions iVixie.
There might have to be one of those machines in there where all she has to do is just hit a button and bam.
Yeah.
Takes
Get me
care of it.
Get me a shot collar. She could be sitting at work. Did he just say Vix? Yeah.
Just hit the button.
Maybe no. I was talking about an iPhone. You misheard. Quit justifying
I
it.
said Pixel. I said Google Pixel, not Vixie. Yeah. Definitely make things a little bit more interesting.
She presses the button again. Quit fucking trying to get out of it. You're just getting more, dummy. Stop while you're ahead. Do I need to tell you your own tomato story? Lord. Oh. I propose a new segment, Gamers Corner. Damn. No one was in the corner, man. I don't think I could take it.
Corner.
Yeah.
It's like you're already kind of in the corner.
Yeah. Yeah. If I had someone to put me in the corner, I would just live there. Yeah. You just put yourself there, and you just put yourself there and stayed there, didn't you?
Yep.
My corner's
all
like
my Legos
8 feet away. Yeah. That's like when I was a kid.
Everything's just right here.
Here's the thing. I thought about the punishment I used to use, because with my kids, when they get in trouble, I would say, go to your room. Boy, I was really fucking punished them in hindsight, because they had all the books they read in there. They had big screen TVs. They had video games. Goose had a guitar.
They had everything in that room that you grounded them to. So it's like giving them a mini vacation.
Right. It's like get your ass to your room. Oh, Dad, don't make me suffer, please. I thought you loved me.
Don't make me play all those
Mhm.
games you got me in that. Oh my god, that
Yeah.
guitar, no. I
Yeah.
can't handle that. Oh, they loved it.
Yeah.
You told them to go to the room, they're like, oh yeah, no, yeah, you got it, Dad.
No,
No problem.
they'd be like, they'd argue with me to get more time, is what they would do.
Oh, ingenious.
Yes.
Fucking just make you matter to where you're like, yeah,
Yeah.
oh,
That's it.
that half hours aren't good enough.
Yeah. You do 2
Hours.
hours. No, it'd be
Oh.
2. And then the other one would chime in and be like, Dad, you're not being fair. Well, you can do 2 too. How's that? You know, me thinking, oh, see, I told them. And then you'd hear ding, 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 coming from the rooms and laughing.
Yep.
You know, because I said I just said go to a bedroom, so they went to one bedroom and played a multiplayer game.
Yeah, back when people played games together.
Right. Well, and they were playing the same game that they were playing in the game room when they got in trouble. So I just moved them. They had a slightly, a little bit smaller TV. Guilty says my mom was too smart. She confiscated my animals and books. Oh, I hated being told go to my room. That was confinement. Because it didn't matter if I had all the cool shit in my room. I couldn't leave my room if I wanted to. That's what pissed me off. If you tell me I can't do something, then I have to do it. It's a horrible, horrible mentality. You cannot do that here, sir. Oh, really? Says who? Which one of you are going to stop me?
I'm doing it anyways.
Yeah.
It's happening. Or it's like, that you should be saying that in the past tense because that's done happened already.
Yeah. Which one of you are going to admonish me because I already did it twice?
I can make it a third. Just give me a moment.
Guilty says I'm talking about my pets. She knew I could entertain myself for hours with an ant farm. Yes, you can. As a matter of fact, my son said, why don't you get one of those large poster-sized ant farms that has the gel and just put a camera on that all day? And he said, run that instead of the ducks. Because people just sit there and watch them work. And here's the thing. Whenever I was young.
Ants are interesting.
Whenever I was young, I was diagnosed with hyperactivity. Not ADHD, just hyperactivity. I had a hard time sitting still. I could pay attention. As a matter of fact, I got bored because I paid attention. I could pay attention to so much. And my grandmother bought me an ant farm. That was one of the few times I could find myself sitting still. It was watching them work because something productive was being done that I could see. So it made it feel like I didn't have to be the one doing it. It's crazy. Well, see, I guess now I've got to do it, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, because Guilty says she'd watch it, and then our community manager and the Queen said that seems relaxing. So I'm taking that as that's considered a good idea. So I should look into it. And being still is difficult. It really was for me when I was a kid. If you had me doing something, I was fine. But the second you let me get done, and I was really quick with things. And yeah, if you let me where it was like, wait for the other kids to finish. Now I call it dancing. Y'all going to make me get the laugh track out. That was the joke, folks. Lulz.
Damn, you still having problems with the camera? I just noticed you having to move to get it to focus right.
Oh no, I did this. I said this is what it was like when I was sitting down, right? I said now I call it dancing.
Hey, that definitely got people in the audience excited, seeing you
No,
do your dancing.
no one got excited seeing me do my dances. No one. No one. No one.
Mm.
Except maybe Princess Lillian. And it wasn't the excitement you would think. It was the excitement of, oh, he's finally being the jackass I knew he always was inside. I got him to be an ass.
That's who I'm talking about, Princess Lillian.
And maybe Roxy. I'm going to say this about Savage, and I like
think
Savage. What's this shit? Look at what I could do. Nice of you to assume that I enjoy what I don't. I don't. I said no one enjoyed it. So I assume you didn't enjoy it.
Maybe.
Oh,
Maybe
nice
they
of you to
did.
assume. Okay, I misread it. It's nice of you to assume what I enjoy, what I don't, sir. Yeah, no, here's the thing.
That's the kind of service we provide here at the asylum.
Yeah.
Our assumptions are bold.
Right. Because remember, I'm always right. So I'm just telling you the right answer.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome. Yep.
That's why it's part of the rules.
Mm-hmm. You assumed wrong. Now, well,
No. That means you're wrong, guilty, because that's back to rule number 1.
yeah.
He's always right.
Illuminati, you may need to have your wife seen. Because if she likes my dancing, there may be an underlying medical condition that you're unaware of. Just saying.
That'd be one hell of a diagnosis right there. Wonder what it could be.
Poor taste in humor. I don't know. We'll give that a word. He's getting on to me. I'm not unaware, only accepting. Get in the corner now. You just earned yourself a trip.
Damn. Illuminati in the corner.
This time you don't get to come out for a while.
Damn. Extended stay.
Yeah. Those curves were squirrel gravy and the biscuits. Yep, guilty yelled corner.
Damn.
Guilty yelled corner. All caps too, so you know what's business. If a woman hits you with all caps, you shut up and you listen and you do what she says. Because then she's right. And even if she's wrong, she's right. And if you tell her that she's not right, she's wrong, after telling you she's right twice, you're going to spend all day listening to how she is right and suffer for it. She's going to make you pay for that education.
For the fellas out there, a little trick that I picked up during my time being married is invest in some good earbuds. Maybe keep one out of your ears so you keep that face towards her so she thinks you're listening, but you got something really good going on. A good podcast like It Ain't What It Ain't can definitely give you something to keep you preoccupied instead of listening to all that useless nagging. Listen to us.
You are giving some horrible advice. Guilty says exactly. Let me think I'm right, and the world will have peace. But you're giving some horrible advice because you know what's going to come out of doing something like that. You remember how I said I was so angry at Pirate that I would slap him so hard that his eye, his good eye, would go to the other socket, the empty one.
Mm-hmm.
You do that to a lady, and she's gonna slap that earbud so hard it goes from one ear to the other.
But
Then slap the other side and it goes to your ass.
That's why you interject with the, "Oh, really?" or "Oh, I completely agree." You season those randomly, appropriately. Oh, they'll never be the wiser.
Yeah.
Get your favorite, album, maybe your favorite podcast. Just, when they start a nagging, put one of these in. Mm. Noise cancellation. Fucking, you don't have to hear it. You just hear the lovely voices or your favorite music.
Yeah. Illuminati says a wise man once said, "If you forget rule number 2, refer to rule number 1." Guilty. Guilty says world peace with a question mark. Yeah, you said the world will have peace. World peace.
That's why I said to keep it on the one side. So for example, if I had the missus on this side of me, on my left, I would keep this side, open to where she wouldn't be none the wiser. Anytime she moved, I'll move. I'll position myself.
Doesn't work that way. You're giving bad advice. You're giving bad advice.
I'm sound advice. Just put some sounds in your ears.
Sound because she's gonna smack you so hard you can't hear again. Jeez.
That's a
guilty.
Hey, for some tranquility, that's a risk sometimes you have to take.
Let's see. Dana says, no, Caesar. And Guilty says, do you think earbuds are invisible or something? And the hills have critters. We human conquer and destroy and rebuild and destroy and control and destroy. And we hate, we love, require, but we can't stop that nature or creature are evil, but we can change. Sounds
yeah,
awesome.
we can change the track on our playlist.
Yeah.
One earbud in. But profound words.
Local Illuminati says, do you know who said that, who that wise man was, gamers? It was you. Yeah, I was going to say, I believe it was. Yeah. Yep.
It was him.
I don't know I would ever call myself a wise man. I fall more in line with the dumbasses. It's like Jen calling me a legend. It's like, boy, legends have low standards now. Knowing how to put your pants on right makes you a legend these days.
Maybe.
Little does she know, every once in a while I get it turned around.
What happens to the best of us?
Yeah. The pockets feel funny.
Shit
Why is the zipper in the back? It's never happened, but now that I've joked about it, it will. And I'll have a story to tell. But squirrel gravy and biscuits will change the world.
It could. It could. But another trick out there, fellas, when the missus is nagging, just pretend you're busy. Go hang out in the garage, work. Pretend you're doing something.
No, they follow you.
Well, that's why you gotta act busy for a few moments.
Okay, but see, then your safe space is invaded.
True, but if you pretend you're busy, then ignoring them and just be like, "Dear, I'm busy," go wander over yonder.
You weren't married very long, were you?
You'd be surprised.
Oh, well, see, I would be with that answer because, this is the only thing I think you're going to hear out of the I'm busy. Well, you can get unbusy because the most important thing in your life is pissed off.
You know what I did when I'd hear that line? I actually made a nice little cubby hole up in the attic space in the garage. When I needed time to myself, I just go hide up there. Never found me. I even took a nap up there once. So
Like
yeah,
guilty,
maybe you have to get creative.
yeah, like guilty said, I was busy before I was inconvenienced. Now you will be. That is how women
Well,
operate.
not. Well, I mean, not sharing isn't necessarily caring at that point.
This is a really dangerous time to do this right now. I've got to run for about 2 seconds because if you can't hear it, the bean, means something important is going on at the door that needs my attention, which is
All right.
probably
Well,
signature. So this is a bad time to leave him because right now he's giving some bad takes. So
oh,
guys,
it's beautiful advice.
guys, just do this, or take the headphones or earplugs, whatever. Turn down the volume till I come back.
No, no, you keep that cranked out because I'm giving you some sound advice. The fellas out there, just get yourself a little private area. A place where she would never expect to find you. Maybe like Ralphie's brother on a Christmas Story, hiding under the sink. Put a little TV screen down there. Have one of those little mini consoles that you mod that have all your favorite games on it. You hang out there. Have a little cooler, little mini fridge with your drinks and your other munchies that you want to have, and peace and quiet. Oh yeah, everything is clippable moments with me. I say the damnedest shit. I really do. But the beautiful thing is, you don't know if I mean it or not. No, no, you just have to, find out down the road. But no, this advice is golden. Because like I said, I used to go hide up in the attic of the garage. Peace and quiet. Every time she'll go out there looking for me, I just got really quiet, hit the mute. Like I said, I had a nap up there once. Quality sleep. So just find your safe space, your refuge. When they come a calling, don't you start a hollering. That's how they're gonna find you. They're gonna find your special space. And then what's gonna happen? Ew, you don't have enough room for me. I guess you don't. They're gonna start accusing you of not loving them. They're gonna start accusing you of wanting to run away. It's like I just need a few feet to myself.
What are you talking about?
The importance of a man needing their own space without the woman encroaching, and that they shouldn't be giving away their safe space because then the woman's going to complain that the space is too small and there's not enough room for them, and that because of that they love them less.
So then you would believe, you would also argue that she needs a she shed?
That could be a nice middle ground. She can have a she shed, and I can have the garage.
What if
Yeah,
she wants the garage and you get like a he shed?
I think a way to man up the he shed is putting a fallout bunker underneath it. Really give it some curb. It'd be a nice getaway from when the missus is nagging.
It's probably
Never find you there in a
probably
fallout shelter.
probably a really good thing you froze. Oh, it must have been bad because Guilty says you're on your own now. Queen Dana's laughing. Illuminati's putting hashtag clippable moments. Guilty says don't give Mr. Illuminati any ideas. He's made it this far safely. And then he's got that poop eating grin at me. And then the local's Illuminati saying, I've got my man cave. I'm good.
Yeah, but how long will you have your man cave before it gets invaded?
Well, I believe they said
You
they've
had a
been married
space
for a
that
while.
she didn't know about. You had a space she didn't know about. How could she invade it? Man cave? Sounds like it's been invaded a time or two.
Why would you ever want to run from your your sweetie.
Sometimes they're mean, especially on the rag. Eesh. Just a little. That's a nag.
Mm,
Like, oh
mm,
yeah, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's like you were having those problems before you met me. Don't be, taking them out on me like it's my fault. Hmm. That's his poor man, anger management skills right there.
yeah, Guilty said it's been a safe 10 plus years. I knew they'd been married for some time, for a while. And then Illuminati says we respect
Interesting.
personal space, no need for invasion. See? Don't have to run from your sweetie.
But it's always good to, have that combination lock on your door,
Hmm.
just in case you want that space all to yourself and you don't want to take any chances. It's
Tell
worth it.
me you have extreme trust issues without telling me you have extreme trust issues.
Let me work on that.
Yeah.
I might be able to, arrange it if I haven't done so already.
Yeah.
Mm.
Illuminati says it's 18 plus years. Dang. Yeah. Yeah, I knew it was
Congratulations
for a
on
while.
that. That is no easy feat.
Not these days, it's not.
Mm-mm. Definitely isn't.
That until death
Ever
do us
catch me
part.
married for 18 years?
Yeah.
Better check on me if I got a lobotomy.
That is, the until death do we part has changed till I don't like the arrangement anymore. So yeah, congratulations, because that is a feat these days.
It is. It really is.
Yep. Yep. And Queen Dana, remember, you're probably gonna need to help with some of his takes.
People love my hot takes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I'm in the diner, serving up hot cakes of hot takes. Hottest around.
I could see tomorrow. Queen Dana messages Caesar. I need you in the VC as soon as you can get there, please. Caesar,
Sounds ominous.
yeah, Caesar, I'd like to be the first one to tell you your hot takes suck ass. Quit giving them.
Maybe
Guilty
not.
Caesar.
Maybe I have like a week of her being a community manager before that happens.
I don't know. Guilty says marriage ain't easy. We won't claim anything different. It's not for the weak. Nope, it's for people that really
it's
are
not
committed.
for the selfish either.
Right.
Yeah. If you're selfish like moi over here, marriage is the worst thing possible.
Queen Dana's laughing. You're gonna get it.
Because she loves my hot takes. I'm telling you.
Mm.
Telling you.
Mm.
People love my hot takes. I'm saying the things they're thinking that they don't want to say. I can say it for them.
I don't think anyone's thinking that though.
Maybe. Maybe. It's a possibility. Stranger things have happened.
Yes. I agree.
So no, tomorrow I actually might get a message from Queen Dana telling me, those hot takes you do, Caesar, keep them up. They're great. Makes me laugh. And then, knowing how good of a community manager she's going to be, she's probably out there pulling the audience just to see, how it's, how much I'm making them laugh.
If you look at the chat, I don't think that's her take on your hot takes. Look how Illuminati broke out in love and marriage, and Queen Dana says Caesar comes with a warning label, folks. LOL.
See?
Oh, well, you say something. Want to set a goal? We need to get monetized so I can set a little goal. Shit, we don't even need to be monetized. I just need to set a goal for something where we actually put like a warning label on your forehead there. Not like a tattoo, nothing permanent. You know, no lolcow
Yeah, no, I
jackass.
got you. No, I got you. I mean, I imagine people would appreciate the warning label on it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Put like a parental advisory sticker on your forehead. Or, a little sign that says my hot takes are bad takes.
As I've been told, but in my mind, they're great takes.
Yeah. See, that's why she's the community manager. Look at that. That's a hot idea.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And she's warning the audience.
Yeah. Look how Lou and I says go for an epic rant.
And
we have to save those because both of us have went on rants about like topics with each other, and everyone would unsubscribe if they heard one of those rants where we're trying to be funny. Well, I don't know. Caesar might be being serious with some of them, but where I was trying to be funny. Yeah. Mine was about short girls that went on for about 2 hours.
What my last rant was about.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what it was. I think it was Zach, but you just went completely off about him. He wasn't there to hear it, but
yeah,
you were listing all of his qualities left and right, and then
my favorite, rant was when I was like yelling pissed off when I was playing the Grinch. That was my favorite crash off scene right there. That just felt so raw and organic, pure. It's fun. And that's another way you fellas out there can, get out of a conversation with the missus. Just start yelling. Not yelling
that
at
helps.
her, but
that helps.
just start yelling.
That helps.
Random things.
Oh Lord.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The edginess of those rants are definitely content.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, the rant. What was it? The rant was. Oh, okay. Look how illuminate. Let me tell you why we can't have my rants. Okay, when I think of things, I said the things I started out with. I think was looking at a picture of someone that had the before and after, and I happened to say she looked better heavier, because she did, and Caesar disagreed with my take. So I went off on a rant how you haven't lived life until you've been with a bigger girl for at least an hour and a half. I explained all the reasons why.
Mm-hmm. You did.
Yeah. Illuminati says yelling, that's a no-go. I'd get out yelled. That's right. Have you ever tried?
Well, there's a trick to that.
Do tell.
What you do is you pre-plan your yelling. Never spur the moment. No, you plan that stuff out. Get some tea with honey, a little bit of ginger. Drink that down the night before. Stay calm and cool. Don't overexert your vocal cords. And then when you start, your yelling rant to get her to, shut up, go do something else, leave you alone, you'll be able to out yell her. Because see, with women, they don't ration out their yelling. It just goes off. So if you learn to ration it, get your vocal cords trained, nice and relaxed beforehand, fellas, you will out yell your wife. She'll be like, damn, I can't keep up. what is this guy on? Is he on some kind of performance enhancement drugs to where he, can be so boisterous? Exactly. Get her to shut up. Exactly.
Yeah.
Guilty.
Hmm. Hmm. Do you remember
Another one of
that?
my lovely hot takes.
Do you remember that love line or love life, whatever the fuck it was that Zach wanted to do? And I said he could do it because
Hmm.
while he thought he was giving great advice, we'd put like a little warning at the bottom. Do the exact opposite of what you're told. Maybe we need to get in contact with him and I tell him he can pay me back and do the show with you. Put it down there for both. Don't do this.
I might corrupt. I might corrupt old Zachary.
Oh,
After, a few weeks of that with me, he might be,
oh no. He would
parodying what I'm saying.
no he
He
wouldn't.
might.
He would
He
be
might.
he would still be you're beautiful. I love you. You love me. Tell me now.
But he might throw a good bitch in there every once in a while. Like, tell me you love me now, bitch. A
No,
little bit of authority.
Zach could try to cool it out and he'd be like, bish. Illuminati says it never end. See, and there are people like Queen Dana. There are women that are, are more strategic than we are because they're patient. Men aren't patient. Queen Dana says, nope, I'd wait you out. Then when you had no voice, and she still does, then you'd better watch out. Lulz.
If I run out of my voice, I got my handy dandy earphones. Drown you out.
Tell you
Or
what, Caesar.
I can go
you wanna have-
JBL.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? Lookout and guilty. I almost kind of want to arrange this. Because now I'm curious. Lookout says, "Tell you what, Caesar. You want to have a yelling match with guilty? Be my guest." That sounds like a
no
challenge.
fun yelling at somebody else's wife. You know what I mean? That's like
sounds like
like you're basically no. He's basically asking me, to do the things that he's afraid to do. And since that's your wife,
wow.
Illuminati, maybe grow some balls and do it yourself. What's next? You can ask me to fuck her so you can watch it from the closet.
Wow.
That's a bad take, bro.
Yeah, you're going to be get a call, a message from Princess Dana in the morning. VC.
Maybe
It's not going to be VC. As soon as you can. It's going to be VC. Not now, but right now.
Maybe.
And then
I thought about that.
Guilty says challenge with the question mark. So I think, and she went, too far. Yep.
Maybe the man shouldn't ask another man to do something with their wife. Just saying.
Well, he didn't ask you to sleep with her. He just said you couldn't out yell her.
Might as well. I mean, that's a husband and wife activity.
Yep.
Bringing strangers in to yell at your spouse, like, oh, like, what are you, lazy? You got low testosterone. You can't do it yourself. You're afraid of her.
Wow.
Does she have your balls in that much of a small of a jar that you can't even yell at your own wife? What are you gonna outsource it? What a lazy fuck! Outsourcing having another man yell at your wife. Oh, it's because you can't do it. Yeah, you can't even do it yourself. Shut the fuck up.
Queen Dana says you're in trouble, Caesar. LOL. Yeah, you're getting that now, not now. Not now, right now message. Illuminati says, I'll remember that, Caesar.
Don't just remember it, etch it on your forehead. Look at it every time you see it in the mirror.
What did he do to you?
Ask me to do something stupid, like argue at it with his wife for him. Because he doesn't have the balls to yell at her, so he's gonna ask another man to do it. Like, that's pretty pathetic.
I don't think he means like yell at her for something in particular.
Almost as pathetic, like when he tried calling me when I was on air, like a dumb fuck. Like, like, are you retarded, bro?
Caesar.
Mm.
Lord. But Queen Dana says your hole is digging deeper, Caesar.
Mm. Maybe that hole can go somewhere. Who knows? Holes lead to other holes. Might lead to a rabbit hole.
Oh,
We can fall
God.
down that thing
Don't
together.
rephrase it, please.
The rabbit hole?
No.
But it's an adventure,
Okay.
a psychedelic experience.
Okay. If
That kind of rabbit hole.
okay.
What kind of rabbit hole are you thinking about?
You just said holes lead to other holes, and I'm like, oh shit, he's playing an innuendo.
Yeah, holes into holes into holes.
So you were playing an innuendo. Oh God.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm doing half the time. I'm just like,
You-
winging it.
Are you like me, where you forgot what you knew what you were going to say, and it was okay beforehand, and you, in the middle of it, you forgot what you're going to, how you're going to finish it. So you just, oh, well, this is close enough, and then like, oh shit, I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, it's like
Queen
I
Dana
think
says, oh
my combative, yeah, I think oh my as well. It's like I know I like to think like my hot takes will, I can be a good role model out there, be a hero.
For who?
I'll figure that out later. Just being a hero for the ones that can't speak.
For the sociopaths?
Hey, there we go. The sociopaths that are both psycho and logical. I like that.
The voice for the voiceless, because they're gagged by a spitting mask. Yeah. Or no biting mask. Yeah. One of those. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, definitely to be the voice for that community. Damn. We're cooking with fire.
You're going to run with that like Zach ran with the doctor of Rhizonomics, aren't you?
Always. I'm going to run like that, like a kid running with the scissors pointed up. Dare to dream. Dare to be reckless.
Remember when
Weird Al Yankovic, dare to be stupid.
Yeah. Remember when he started introducing himself that way?
Oh man, that was. Oh.
I almost wish I told him that so I could take credit for it, but he did that on his own.
Yep, he thought about that all by himself. I didn't even have to fucking push him in that direction. He did it all by himself. Like damn.
Sat there. All I had to do was give him an inch, and he thought he was a ruler.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, he thought he was a ruler with a PhD in Rhizonomics.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, nah.
Zach, dude, if I can outriz you, you've got absolutely no chance. What?
By the way, pay up, fucker.
For what?
The money that he owes you.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
Sent to collections. Oh yeah, you owe me. No.
Yeah, I was like, pay up, motherfucker. What do I owe you?
That $10.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting crazy about.
I was there going, okay, he's running into a bit that I'm unaware of. I was there going, how am I supposed to play this one now? Because I'm lost.
No, but now we're on the same page. No, talking about Zach, it's like pay up because you don't want to have to deal with collections because they're going to charge a lot more.
And it's getting where the longer you
interest and divide it for trigonometry, fucking mathematics involved.
You're going to need a
Ergonomic.
motherfucking calculator.
Calculator, fucking with calculus, fucking even one of those old school fucking
Oh, I know what you're
the
talking about.
fucking
I
little
can't think.
tool where yeah, you're able
The
to fucking push
beads.
those beads
Yeah.
around and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need one of those as well. Double the computing power.
And all your fingers and toes.
Mm-hmm. So if you have any missing, Zach, you know, you like maybe like duct tape something on so you don't
Mhm.
lose count.
We know you can't count your penis in this because you can't see it. You'd forget it. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry. Whenever I asked him that one day if he could see it, and he looked at me like I hurt his feelings, and then you could tell he was lying by the way he said it. He's like, yes. It's like, you haven't seen it for years, have you, Zach? Is it still there? Did you lose
Yeah.
it?
Or that big old fucking butthole of a belly he has. It's like a fucking whole other fucking sex organ up there. It's like shit, do you sometimes just have to like fucking cop the squat and fucking let the shit come out of your stomach? Out of your belly button? It's like what is that?
Oh, Lord.
I mean that was just that fupa.
Mm.
Both terrifying and terrible.
Mm.
Imagine seeing that shit fucking, you know, live during the fucking dance off. Oh wait, we did, ladies and gentlemen.
We did.
We did. Mm-hmm.
And
Just
Roxy
a
came.
flopping around.
Roxy came ready. She came ready for that one because she knew he'd take off his shirt, right? Fresh, and she had that shirt, the shirt on underneath the jersey, so she took off the jersey. Oh, see, Zach, because I know you're watching. You can just feel your presence, Zach. She knew what you were pulling. So. And she came ready
Oh,
for
Zach. Mm-hmm.
you. And by the way, I have an official announcement. We're at 214.
Maybe my hot takes are, you know, gaining some popularity.
Maybe the payment for promotion of the channel on the front page.
My hot takes, you know, kind of, you know, wrangled them in. It's like, holy shit, this guy's saying the things that I'm afraid to say. He's my voice. I'm a hero.
No, bro.
I'm a hero.
Bro, they're saying he's saying shit that's going to get him in trouble, and I'm watching for whenever Queen Dana pops his ass.
But you got to tune in to find out, don't you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yep.
hold on a second. You're on the OBS and you froze.
Do I need to reset my camera?
No, it's my OBS. Hold on a second. Hmm.
Yep, my hot takes will only be found here. Right here in the Asylum. You even get more of them if you join the Discord.
Okay, I'm gonna switch camera sides and switch back to see if it. You're frozen. See it. Discord's like you. You know what? You're saying such crazy shit. We just gotta stop you from saying crazy shit. That's.
They're trying to censor me. They're trying to censor me. That's some bullshit.
Because I am resetting your camera, right, on OBS. And let me check your.
That is wild.
Okay, you're good now.
Trying to censor me. Discord, YouTube, whatever conglomerate you are. Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's saying, you know, he's getting too crazy with that.
I speak for those that are afraid to. Mm-hmm. I'm a hero.
You speak for those that are smart enough to stay quiet. How about that?
Really? I don't know. I don't know.
Oh. When it comes to relationships, you speak for those that want them to end quickly and painfully. How's that?
Or painless. Could be painless.
I don't know. I think you're making your advice would make the partner want it to be painful.
Upon retrospect, yeah, but then, you'll be safe.
Hmm.
A safe distance.
Yeah. Well, we've done well over 2. We're at 2.5.
Damn. Man, I lose track of time when I rant. I hate when that happens.
Well, I wanted to make sure that we gave Queen Dana the appropriate time. You know, even though you went off on.
Oh, yeah.
Because I didn't want to sound like, oh, we're just rushing
Hot
the
takes.
announcement. You know what I mean? That, you know, we've got a new community manager. You know, we've got the best community manager in YouTube and Discord, and Facebook, Rumble, TikTok. What else are we on? Twitch. Yep. We've got the best community manager in all those spots. Queen Dana.
Yep. Welcome on, Queen Dana.
So.
I
All
wonder
right.
if I'm going to get a paragraph. Or 2. Got to tune in tomorrow for me to tell you.
Yeah. Dana, please give him some content. Queen Dana, please give him some content.
I think she's going to tell me, you know what? Those hot takes, keep doing them. But she laughed. She laughed.
Mm. If you say so. All right, Caesar, you've got full screen. Smoke bomb went off.
Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, tonight was epic. You know, definitely went over that bullshit with a bunch of different chuckleheads out there that just want to be stupid, misconstrue the actual facts of the situation. Welcome in our lovely Queen Dana, community manager. Things are just going to be moving up from there. You even got more of my hot takes. I think you guys really love them. Join the Discord to get a duck. Let me know. And then definitely join the Discord for that lovely giveaway. Not just of 1, but 2 chances to win a year of Nitro. But you got to be in the Discord to enter. The only way. Take the complimentary duck. Join in that raffle giveaway for the year subscription of Nitro. Because like I said, we have 2 of them. So we will have 2 winners. And yeah, it's always lovely seeing you people out there. And after you hit that like and subscribe button, definitely join the Discord. You won't regret it. You can even bitch at me live in real time. If you're lucky, I might even get in BC with you so I can hear it. But sometimes Texas doesn't do it for me. And yeah, I believe that's a nice place to close out for the night. So I'll see you when I look at you.
Please come to the Discord and bitch at him. That would make my day. I mean, do it like in a private VC, so like no one else has to be uncomfortable or whatever. But I'll make a little rumble room for Caesar for people to go tell him what they think of his hot takes. Yeah, and Queen Dana says you're getting a chapter, so make sure you got your reading glasses on, old man.
Damn. Whole chapter, little old me.
And I gotta send you the links.
Special.
I gotta send you the links because Goose already has his ears, tail, and wig.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep.
Mm.
So although I've said it myself a couple times, congratulations is for when someone kind of wins something. So Dana, thank you for accepting the position. You didn't win it, you earned it. And I appreciate that. I appreciate you. Yeah. And we're going to keep marching forward. And we're going to keep going because I think the people that we've got running this and watching this don't know what quit means. And they don't know how to give up. If you don't know how to give up, then you don't know how to lose. So our only option is to win. And that's where I think we're going. And I love seeing that there's new talent and new people getting opportunities to do things that they'll be good at. You know, getting a chance to spread their wings and fly a little bit. So until next time, as Jerry Springer would say, take care of yourself and each other. And that's not, it's not, oh, Lord. I'm having a day.
They say it is what it is, but who decides when the truth gets tangled and the words collide?
Here's the thing, folks. I do want to see you in the Discord. I want to see you in the Discord congratulating Queen Dana and appreciate her for all the work she's doing.
Who's the judge who rings the bell? It is what it is. They keep on saying, but it ain't what it is.
Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. We want the subscribers. We love you guys.
On It Ain't What It Ain't podcast, real quick.
And if you hit the little bell button, you never miss the chance to see us be jackasses.
The truth till it's a figure eight. Say it's all just fate, but I can't relate. They march to the beat of a hollow parade, but my drum line sharp and my rhythm's homemade. Clap, clap, stomp. Hear the echo break. What's real? What's fake? It's a choice we make. Drum line snapping, truth unchained. Let the beat take over, let the lies be drained. It is what it is. They keep on saying, but it ain't what it ain't. And I'm not obeying. Round and round, their words don't stick. On the It Ain't What It Ain't podcast, real quick.
And that means good night.